Hello everyone, welcome back to Chelsea Daily Updates. Let's get started with this news. Enzo Maresca's press conference previewing our game against Fulham on Sunday was as tense as they come. Taking place directly after a loss to Legia Warsaw at home in the Conference League, on the back of two bad results in the Premier League, the coach is feeling the heat as our Champions League chances slip away. One major issue is that his two top attackers, Cole Palmer and Nicholas Jackson, have totally stopped scoring. Both were very poor last night, in a game where they were only used to try and get their confidence up. It was put to Maresca very plainly by a journalist. Do you think you can achieve your target this season if Palmer and Jackson do not start scoring? His answer was even more stark. No. Was it as simple as that? Yeah. Maresca on how he can get key man back in the goals. Asked then if he was confident they would be able to do that, Maresca waffled on for a bit, without very much conviction about why he thought they'd find form again soon. I'm confident because they scored goals before. They have scored goals, it's just a moment that they need to get through. But I said before, Cole scored 14 goals in 20 Premier League games, so he has scored goals before. Nico was the same before the injury. Now unfortunately, Nico was out for 2 months, so probably physically needs a little bit more time to recover. And this is the same for Cole. Of course, saying that both players will be back to their best once they're physically 100% is to ignore that their struggles began long before the injuries. Jackson was 8 games without a goal, for example. It's another excuse which doesn't really add up. Another news update. We wrote yesterday about the growing links between Chelsea and Jamie Gittens of Borussia Dortmund, and today we followed that up by asking some of our sources close to the matter on what the deal is. Reporting yesterday from the very reliable Christian Falk held that Dortmund had decided to drop their asking price for the winger from €100 million to €50 million after a poor patch of form in the second half of this season. That always sounded a little hopeful, and our source says that it would actually take €60 to €70 million, although some of that could be included as achievement-dependent bonus payments. We also hear that Chelsea would double his Dortmund salary, handing him a deal until 2030 with a huge raise to persuade him to join us. We're not the only interested side, however, and apparently Bayern Munich are keeping a close eye on the Englishman, as are Tottenham. Manchester City's interest remains strong. Young winger looks set for major move this summer, and Chelsea are in the race. It's no surprise there is so much interest in Gittens, considering the talent he's got and the low prices that Dortmund are asking. Chelsea also seem keen to add another winger to their group, with Mykhailo Mudryk facing a long ban and Jadon Sancho's future uncertain. This one is a long way off, considering the other interest in the player, for starters. But given what our source has told us, sounds a more than feasible deal to get done this summer. Falk said that Gittens' dream is a Premier League move, and it now looks pretty likely that that dream comes true sooner rather than later. Could we even see him in action at the Club World Cup, less than 2 months from now?